Good afternoon. This is my second pamphlet booklet I'll review from work. This one is 100 Prophecies Fulfilled by Jesus. Messianic prophecies made before the birth of Christ. So to preface, I'm not an expert on the Hebrew Bible, not an expert on the Old Testament. I'm learning. I took some courses for my formal education, but I was an expert on what was discussed in yesterday's pamphlet booklet. That was theodicy, problem of evil, free will determinism. But I'm learning that, and I'm learning this. But I didn't do a PhD or MPhil on prophecies in the Old Testament Hebrew Bible. I've also been asked, do I know Hebrew? No, I don't. Typically, someone with my educational background, philosophical theology, philosophy, religion, will not have Hebrew on the track. We'll have New Testament Koine Greek, and typically someone who studies the PhD level, the Hebrew Bible, will not have taken as much theology or philosophy, religion. There is crossover at times. But as stated, I am learning, and that's one of the reasons I have this website. Second point in preface is that a theology professor I had at seminary made it very clear, and I agree very much, and agreed at the time, that Hebrew Bible, Old Testament verses and passages should be taken in context and not just for the fulfillment from the New Testament. So, having stated those things in preface, this pamphlet has 3 sections: Jesus' birth, Jesus' life and ministry, Jesus' death and resurrection. So, looking at the Jesus' death and resurrection section, there's prophecy, Old Testament references, New Testament fulfillment. First point, and it's noted as a prophecy more than 1,200 years before Jesus' birth, must be a Passover sacrifice with no bone broken. Quotes Exodus 12:46, it must be eaten inside one house. Take none of the meat outside the house. Then it has in red, and this is where they see the fulfillment, do not break any of the bones. Numbers 9:12, they must not leave any of it till morning or break any of its bones. When they celebrate the Passover, they must follow the regulations. So it has its own context, but we can see the potential for fulfillment there. And then the New Testament fulfillment, John 19:31-36, but when they came to Jesus and found that he was already dead, they did not break his legs. These things happened so that the scripture would be fulfilled. Not one of his bones will be broken. So I can see the fulfillment there reading through a Christian lens, but I can also see the original Hebrew Bible Old Testament reference and context. Next one, also in the Jesus death and resurrection section, also claiming, according to the booklet, 1,200 years before Jesus' birth. Point 2, be hung upon a tree as a curse for us. Deuteronomy 21:23. Be sure to bury him that same day, because anyone who is, now it's in red, hung on a tree is under God's curse. Then it goes back to black and says, you must not desecrate the land of the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance. And then the New Testament fulfillment is Galatians 3:13, Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone who is hung on a tree. So I can see the fulfillment in context of hung on a tree is under God's curse, both from Deuteronomy and Galatians, but I also see the original context from the Old Testament, Hebrew Bible. So I find this pamphlet convincing. There is indeed a connection, and Christ was prophesied.